There's a powerful ingredient sitting quietly in most kitchen cabinets that many people overlook, and yet, this humble spice holds secrets that scientists are only recently starting to understand. Could it be that the answer to more stable blood sugar levels has been right under your nose all along? In a world filled with over-processed food and soaring rates of diabetes, some natural remedies seem to rise from the shadows and challenge everything we thought we knew. So what exactly makes this simple ingredient so important for diabetics over 60? In a study published in Diabetes Care, researchers found that people who consumed as little as 1 gram of cinnamon daily saw significant improvements in fasting blood glucose, LDL cholesterol, and triglycerides. Yes, cinnamon, that same spice you might sprinkle on oatmeal or tea, but the key is not just using it, it's knowing how and when. And here's something curious. Not all types of cinnamon offer the same benefits. Ceylon cinnamon, often referred to as true cinnamon, is the one that has shown the most promising results with the fewest risks. Could switching your cinnamon brand actually change your health outcomes? Before we go deeper, let me take a quick moment to invite you to be part of this journey. If you're enjoying this content and want to stay updated on natural ways to manage blood sugar, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. If you're already subscribed, thank you. Your support means a lot and helps keep this community growing stronger every day. Together, we're building a safe space where people like you can find real solutions and share their own discoveries. Back to the cinnamon. What's truly fascinating is how it works. Cinnamon contains compounds like cinnamaldehyde and polyphenols that may improve insulin sensitivity and help glucose move more efficiently into your cells. It's almost as if it teaches your body to respond better to insulin again. But here's the tricky part. Do you know how much is too much? That's where things get interesting, because more isn't always better, and there are safety limits you should know about. Let me ask you something. How often do you check the quality of your spices? Many commercial brands of cinnamon are actually cassia cinnamon, which contains high levels of coumarin, a compound that, in large amounts, may damage your liver. That's why it's so important not just to add cinnamon, but to add the right kind. Have you ever checked your cinnamon label? If not, this might be the time. And feel free to ask in the comments. We can help each other figure it out. Thank you for being here, by the way. If you're still with me, type the word balance in the comments to show you're serious about taking control of your health. And if you have questions about cinnamon, dosages, or which brands are safest, leave them below. This is a community where we help each other and no question is too small. We read every comment, and yes, we respond. What's most shocking is that such a tiny addition to your day, just half a teaspoon, could possibly lower your blood sugar significantly within weeks. It's not a miracle. It's just nature, when used wisely. Isn't it wild how the smallest things can make the biggest difference? But cinnamon is only the beginning, because the next habit we'll talk about is something even fewer people know about. Now you can join our channel's exclusive group. As a super member, you get priority responses. I'm notified and reply to you first, but if I were you, I'd go further. As a loyal member, you also get early access to videos before anyone else. Stay one step ahead and enjoy exclusive content firsthand. Don't miss out. Click now and become a member. It could determine how your energy, mood, and glucose levels behave for the entire day. The Journal of the American College of Nutrition published findings showing that cinnamon intake before meals may slow gastric emptying and reduce postprandial glucose spikes. This means it could actually help you avoid those dreaded after-meal crashes that leave you tired, foggy, and reaching for more sugar. And the best part, it doesn't take a supplement or expensive treatment to access these benefits. Just a few simple ingredients and a few minutes each morning. But here's a question for you. How committed are you to building habits that support your long-term health? Because this channel isn't just about watching videos, it's about transformation. That's why we created a special members-only area for those who want deeper access to early videos, expert responses, and exclusive content we don't share publicly. If that sounds like something you'd value, consider becoming a channel member today. You'll get priority replies and be the first to know when new tools are available. Let's get back to the ritual. You only need warm filtered water, half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon, and about 5 to 10 minutes. Let it steep. Drink it slowly. That's it. But consistency is the real game changer here. Doing this every morning helps build a healthy rhythm that your metabolism starts to trust. It's like setting your internal clock to stable blood sugar mode. Have you tried something similar before, or is this a brand new idea for you? Here's a thought challenge for you. Comment below with "I choose stability" if you're ready to give this a try for the next 7 mornings. We're not here to be perfect. We're here to make progress. Even if you miss a day or two, what matters is that you come back to it. And if you've already tested cinnamon water, tell us your experience. Did it make a difference for you? Others might benefit from your story more than you think. You'd be surprised how many seniors over 60 have turned to this ritual and noticed less swelling in their hands, fewer sugar crashes, and even improved sleep. Cinnamon doesn't just help with glucose. It may also reduce inflammation and support digestion, which are major concerns for those living with diabetes. But you won't find this kind of result in one sip. It's in the consistency and mindset you build daily. At the end of the day, real change comes from micro decisions like this. You can either wake up and let the day control your body, or take a small step to guide it from the very first moment. And if cinnamon water can be that first small win, why not give it a chance? Because in the next section, we'll uncover a combination that could make this habit even more powerful, and it's something most people ignore entirely. Did you know that many dishes that seem healthy for diabetics can actually be dangerous? Discover the recipes that really work. Stop feeling limited or insecure in the kitchen. My book brings together delicious and easy recipes specially created to keep your blood sugar under control and add more flavor to your life. I've already helped thousands of diabetics eat better, feel happier, and achieve a lighter life with my book. Every recipe has been tested and approved by those who understand the needs of people living with diabetes. Click the link in the first comment of this video now and get immediate access to the book that will transform your meals today. Have you ever combined cinnamon with a fat? Sounds strange at first, but this one twist could be the missing piece for people struggling with unstable blood sugar. Here's the science. Cinnamon helps improve insulin sensitivity, but when paired with a healthy fat, like a spoon of extra virgin coconut oil or a few slices of avocado, it can delay glucose absorption even more. That means fewer sugar spikes and longer-lasting energy. Why isn't this talked about more often? According to a study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, combining cinnamon with dietary fats slowed carbohydrate digestion and reduced blood sugar fluctuations in type 2 diabetic patients. Researchers believe this duo creates a more stable metabolic environment, especially for those who deal with insulin resistance. So instead of just sprinkling cinnamon on toast, imagine blending it into a creamy morning smoothie, or mixing it into a warm drink with coconut oil. This makes us wonder how many people are unknowingly canceling out the benefits of cinnamon by pairing it with sugar-heavy meals. If you're putting it on a sugary muffin or cereal, are you actually helping your body, or just giving it mixed signals? Sometimes it's not just what you add, but what you avoid that makes the real difference. What's your favorite way to use cinnamon currently? Share it in the comments. We'd love to hear how you're using it. Let's turn this into a little experiment. For the next 3 breakfasts, try adding cinnamon to a fat-based meal, a low-carb shake, a bowl of Greek yogurt with seeds, or even a cinnamon-infused nut butter on a slice of cucumber. Notice how your body feels afterward. More stable? More alert? If you're open to trying this, comment below with smooth and steady so we know you're part of the challenge. It helps us keep each other motivated. We read every comment, and this community grows stronger when people like you take part. If you're unsure about which fats are best for diabetics or how to balance your meals, feel free to ask. You're not alone here. We're building a space where your question can become someone else's breakthrough. And if you've already found a combo that works well for you, your tip might change someone's life. And here's something even more fascinating. Fats help increase the absorption of fat-soluble nutrients like vitamin D and A, both of which play key roles in glucose control and immunity. So not only does this pairing help with blood sugar, it may actually boost your entire hormonal balance. It's like your breakfast becomes a mini healing session. Who wouldn't want to start their day that way? Cinnamon by itself is already a powerful ally, but paired with the right nutrients, it becomes a true metabolic enhancer. It's not magic, it's just smart use of nature's tools. So before we move on to what not to do with cinnamon, think about this. Are you using it in the way that gives you the most return, or just the way everyone else does? Because the next part might surprise you. It's about one of the biggest mistakes people make with this spice. Cinnamon can be a blessing, but only when it's used right. One of the most common mistakes people make is adding it to foods that are already loaded with sugar. Think about cinnamon rolls, sugary cereals, or flavored oatmeal packets. People assume they're being healthy just because they see cinnamon sprinkled on top. But what happens when you combine a blood sugar stabilizing spice with a massive glucose bomb? You cancel out the benefit entirely, and sometimes even make things worse. Researchers from the University of Georgia analyzed commercial breakfast items labeled as healthy and found that nearly 80% of them had hidden sugars, despite containing ingredients like cinnamon or oats. The packaging often creates a false sense of security. You think you're helping your diabetes, when in fact you might be silently sabotaging your progress. So here's a real question. Are you checking the labels or just trusting the marketing? It's time to look at cinnamon as a tool, not a fix. When it's added to refined carbs or desserts, its effects on insulin sensitivity are drowned out. If you're pairing it with sweet coffee drinks or pastries, you're likely experiencing post-meal crashes or inflammation without realizing the root cause. Have you ever felt exhausted or irritable after a healthy breakfast? That might be your blood sugar crashing from this exact trap. Let's talk about action. Instead of putting cinnamon on sugar-loaded foods, try pairing it with real fiber or protein. Stir it into unsweetened Greek yogurt, or blend it with unsweetened almond milk and chia seeds. These swaps protect your body and make cinnamon work in your favor. Try this for 3 days and let your body tell you the difference. If you're up for the challenge, drop no more traps in the comments. Let's break this habit together. Thanks for staying with me so far. The comment section is open not just for reactions, but for help. If you're struggling with breakfast ideas, sugar cravings, or label confusion, write it down. We're a growing community and we read every single comment. Your doubt could be the same one someone else is facing right now. And by asking, you might help them too. And here's a tip most people overlook. Some cinnamon-flavored products don't even use real cinnamon. They rely on artificial flavoring, which does nothing for your blood sugar. Always check if the label says real cinnamon, or even better, Ceylon cinnamon. This distinction is key. Don't let fancy packaging fool you. It's your body, and you deserve to know exactly what's going into it. It all comes down to this. Cinnamon isn't a magical dust you sprinkle over anything and expect results. It's a powerful natural ally, but only when respected. When used wrong, it becomes another illusion in the world of fake health foods. But used right, it can shift your metabolism in ways most medications can't. In the next section, we'll talk about the type of cinnamon that should never be part of your routine and why it may even be dangerous. Most people don't know this, but not all cinnamon is created equal. There's a type commonly sold in supermarkets that contains high levels of a compound called coumarin. In small amounts, it's usually harmless, but when consumed daily, especially by someone using it for blood sugar support, it can quietly stress the liver and increase health risks. If you're using cinnamon every day and not paying attention to the type, you could be doing more harm than good. Cassia cinnamon is the most widely available form, and unfortunately, it's also the one with the highest levels of coumarin. According to the European Food Safety Authority, regular consumption of more than 0.1 mg of coumarin per kilogram of body weight can exceed the safe limit, and many people unknowingly pass that threshold with cassia cinnamon. That's why this isn't just a technical detail. It's a critical decision for your long-term health. The safer choice? Ceylon cinnamon, also known as true cinnamon. It has barely detectable levels of coumarin and is much gentler on the liver. But here's the problem. Most packaging doesn't say what type it is. So how do you know what you're using? One clue is the price. Ceylon tends to be more expensive and lighter in color. If your cinnamon is very dark and cheap, there's a good chance it's cassia. Are you checking what type you've been using? If you're unsure and want to learn more about this, here's a great reason to join our members-only area. We go into detail on things like how to find trusted brands, how to test quality at home, and what combinations give the best results. Plus, as a member, you get exclusive access to tools, recipes, and early video releases that aren't shared publicly. And yes, we prioritize your questions in the comments too. So let's test your knowledge. Drop safe cinnamon in the comments if you've checked your label or plan to check it today. And if you found out you've been using cassia all along, you're not alone. Many people start with cassia and later upgrade to Ceylon after learning the difference. Sharing your experience might help someone avoid liver stress before it's too late. Also, if you have any liver-related concerns or are already taking medication that's metabolized by the liver, it's even more important to stick to low coumarin cinnamon. You don't want to unknowingly put more pressure on a system that's already working hard. When in doubt, always consult your doctor or a registered nutritionist, especially if you plan to use cinnamon daily as part of your diabetes care routine. It's empowering to know that just switching your cinnamon can shift your health. But that power only works when you're informed. And now that you are, you've taken one more step toward controlling your blood sugar naturally and safely. In the next topic, we're going to talk about the perfect time of day to use cinnamon, because timing could be the final piece of the puzzle. Timing matters more than most people think, especially when it comes to using natural remedies for diabetes. Cinnamon is no exception. While many just sprinkle it here and there during the day, science suggests that using it at specific times can significantly enhance its impact on blood sugar. Think about it. If your glucose tends to spike after meals, wouldn't it make sense to prepare your body before the spike even happens? A controlled clinical study published in Nutrition Research found that participants who took cinnamon immediately before meals experienced a sharper reduction in post-meal glucose levels compared to those who took it hours before or after. Why? Because cinnamon may slow down the rate at which food leaves the stomach and support insulin sensitivity during digestion. This makes it a powerful pre-meal ally, but only if you time it right. So here's a practical tip. Aim to take cinnamon 15 to 30 minutes before your largest meal of the day. It could be breakfast or lunch depending on your routine. A cinnamon tea, a warm shake, or even cinnamon mixed with unsweetened applesauce can do the trick. Have you ever tested how your body reacts to cinnamon at different times of the day? If so, share your experience in the comments. It might inspire someone else to make a smarter decision tomorrow. Let's make it interactive. Comment, "Timing is power." If you're ready to start tracking when you take your cinnamon. It's not just about what you take, but when you take it that counts. And if you've had success or even failure with certain timings, don't keep it to yourself. This community thrives when we speak up and support each other, especially around small changes that can lead to big wins. Some people even use cinnamon as part of their evening routine, especially those who experience high fasting glucose in the morning. For them, a small cinnamon-infused drink before bed might help stabilize overnight blood sugar levels. But here's a heads up. If you suffer from reflux or stomach sensitivity, nighttime use may not be ideal. Again, listen to your body and keep a journal of how it responds. Your experience is valuable, not just for you, but for others too. This is the kind of conversation we need more of. Practical, honest, and rooted in what actually works. Cinnamon isn't a trend. It's an ancient spice backed by modern science, and it deserves to be used wisely. So whether you're just starting out or refining your routine, timing might be the key that unlocks the full potential of this powerful herb. And you're never too late to start doing it right. And hey, before you go, don't stop here. I'm leaving a powerful video on the screen right now that dives into what most people get wrong when it comes to eating with diabetes. It breaks down a few surprising foods that may seem safe, but could actually be keeping your blood sugar unstable, and the small swaps that change everything. If you're serious about taking control naturally, you need to see this. Don't miss the chance to get ahead with information most people never hear from their doctors. Click and watch it now. Your next breakthrough could be waiting there. See you there.